Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelts. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of The Show with No Name. I'm your teacher, Alberto Alonso. Thank you so much for joining us. Otra forma de decirlo, thanks a million. Yeah, gracias un millón, or thanks a bunch, thanks a lot. We've got a lot of ways to say thank you. And let me tell you something, it pays to be polite. Do you understand this? It pays, paga? No, en este caso, it pays is vale la pena. It pays to be polite. In fact, we can start with an idiomatic expression. You attract a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar. Do you understand it? You atraes más moscas with honey, ¿no? Algo dulce que vinagre. O sea, atraes más gente, pues cuando eres un poco más cortés. When you're more courteous. ¿Te suena? Courteous or polite. Y cuidado, es un false friend. Porque mi mujer dijo, oh, he's badly educated. What? Eso es que no estudió, ¿no? Y pues no se diría así tampoco. So he's rude or he's impolite. No es unpolite, sino impolite. He's rude. He's impolite. And my policy, mi política, is always be nice. You never know what someone is going through. ¿No? Lo que está atravesando la otra persona. Maybe that person is having a really bad day and just needs somebody to smile. So, I'm going to ask you the same thing. If you're having a bad day, if you're a little bit tired, wake up, cheer up, anímate, como cheerleaders, right? Animadoras, cheer up, because we're going to have a great class today. And I've got a challenge for you. Are you ready for a challenge? How do you say it? I'll tell you what we say. I was born ready. Es un poco flipado, right? But I was born ready. Nací listo. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if you can take it. Option A is, if you are not hurry up, we will miss the train. If you are not hurry up, we will miss the train. Se puede contraer will, que suena igual que rueda. We'll miss the train. Vamos con la B. B, if you not hurry up, we'll lose the train. Cambiamos el miss por el lose. So, if you not hurry up, we'll lose the train es la B. And the last one, C, if you don't hurry up, vamos a pronunciarlo, we'll miss the train. La C, if you don't hurry up, we'll miss the train. All right, what's your final answer? Did you say sí? Pues sí. Yeah, good job. Wow, excellent. Now why? Because to lose something, sí, yo sé que en español ambos significan perder. Perder el tren o perder la cartera. Pero acuérdate, el perder traspapelar, no saber dónde lo has dejado, is to lose. Perder también un partido. They lost the game. Pero perder, fallar, perder no llegar a la meta, think of it like that one is to miss. You don't know how many times I've heard students say, Alberto, I lost my train. Y yo me imagino ellos de pequeño como niños con un trenecito y que lo pierden. So remember, we don't lose trains, we miss trains. Well, we try not to miss trains, but sometimes we're running late. Vamos con retraso, we're running late and we have to rush or to hurry up. Y como hemos visto, hurry up, date prisa. Rush, lo mismo. De hecho, la hora punta se llama rush hour. Well, I better hurry up now because we've got to go to the next section.
Homophones, homophones.
and welcome to our homophone section here on the show with no name. And as always, this is where we look at words that tend to be a little bit tricky. Maybe they're not tricky as far as vocabulary is concerned. As far as something is concerned, es en cuanto a buena estructura. De hecho, si lo ponemos con yo, as far as I'm concerned, right? As far as I'm concerned, muy popular, muy común esta expresión. But what happens with these words is a lot of times, like our double trouble, they have more than one meaning. And a lot of times what makes these words difficult is not the way you spell them, but the way you pronounce them. And that's why in this section, you have to repeat everything aloud, not only in this section, in all the sections on our show. This way you're not just practicing your listening, which is great. Keep it up. Sigue con ello. But I also want you to practice your speaking. And the more you practice your speaking, fill in the blank, the better you will get at it. No? Lo más lo vas a dominar. That's the way it works with everything. Do you want to be a better skateboarder? El monopatín? Practice. You want to be a better tennis player? Practice. Because practice makes perfect, as we always say. All right, so the first word is cola. Pero no digo cola like tail, digo una cola. Odio esperar en cola, that cola. También es una línea. Puede ser una línea de tren, puede ser una línea que dibujamos en un papel, right? I know you know the word. It's a word that I think everybody knows. The question is, do you know how to pronounce it? And do you know if it sounds like our second word? Our second word is carril. Carril bici, carril si vas por la autovía. Cuidado, los americanos, we say the highway para la autovía. The British say the motorway. Oh, and I can give you a little clue. Any Superman fans? Well, es el apellido de Lois. So it's Clark Kent and Lois. Oh, ahora vamos a ver quién es fan de Superman aquí. Como mi hija siempre lo canta, Superman, chorizo con pan. And I said, honey, that's not really the right words. But they're funny nonetheless, no obstante. De hecho, se puede decir nonetheless or nevertheless. Y ambos significan no obstante. All right, so I've given you some time to decide here. Have you made up your mind? ¿Habéis decidido? Do they sound the same? Did you say yes? No, they don't. No. Well, the first word is line. Line. I hate to wait in line. De hecho, el verbo line up, poneros en cola. Line up. Lo decían los profes. To line up. Also, we said, I draw the line. Esto es una expresión. Hasta aquí. Right? I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. Hasta aquí hemos llegado. Entonces, también es muy útil para expresiones en inglés. All right? So the first word, line. It rhymes with, let's find another word, line, mine, right? It's always good to look for rhyming words. And the second word, lane. Lois Lane, right? Superman's love interest. Lois Lane. And lane rhymes with cane, baston. Just make sure you don't pronounce them the same. And I'll give you an expression with lane as well. Stay in your lane, que significa tú en tu carril. O sea, no te metas en mis asuntos, en mis temas. Another way that we can say this is mind your business. Stay in your lane.
You're joking.
Hello, my amigos, and welcome to You're Joking. We're at the comedy club with no name. Well, hey, it's the show with no name. Well, I perform at the comedy club with no name. And why do they call them stand-up comedians? Have you ever seen any of them sit down? No, they're always standing up. A lot of times they have a stool,
¿Te sabes lo que es a stool del contexto? A stool, un taburete, right? They have a stool and they have their microphone, que se puede decir mic también, como el nombre Mike, pero no se escribe igual que Mike, se escribe M-I-C. Pero he oído gente decir Mic, no, es Mike porque es corto para microphone. Pass the mic. Pero claro, si aplicas las leyes de cómo se deletrea en inglés, sería Mic. Por eso te lo digo. Es mic, porque es corto por microphone. So, now that I've got the microphone and I have your undivided attention, here's the greatest joke you're ever going to hear in your entire life. Okay, maybe I overstated that. To overstate, exagerar. To state es declarar. So to overstate, ahí lo tienes. All right, so what do you call a locomotive? ¿Te suena esta palabra? Locomotora. Right? De un tren. What do you call a locomotive? Ahora, mi favorito es como llaman el coche de atrás, el vagón. He dicho coche porque en inglés es the car. El vagón del tren es a car. Pero el último y el primero tienen nombres. Los demás, pues, son los demás. The first one we just said is the locomotive. Okay? The last one, me encanta esta palabra, es graciosa. Caboose. Suena como otro idioma. The caboose. That's the one that goes at the end of all the train cars. So, what do you call a locomotive that keeps sneezing? You know what it means to sneeze, right? To sneeze, right? This is to sneeze. Cuidado, he oído alumnos mezclarlo con snooze. To snooze, lo de la alarma. Eso significa dormir. No, echar una cabezadita, I think you say. To have a little light sleep. Oh, I'm going to snooze on the sofa for a little bit. Pero no lo mezclas con sneeze porque lo he oído muchas veces. All right, so what do you call a locomotive that keeps sneezing? A choo-choo train. A choo-choo train. Well, achoo is the sound, obviously. What do we say when someone sneezes? Do we say, Jesus? Bueno, en español decís Jesús. In English, we don't. We say, bless you, or God bless you. Si quieres incluir Jesús, también le puedes incluir. Se puede decir, God bless you, y también usamos la alemana, Gesundheit. Yeah, hay tres formas, bless you, God bless you, or Gesundheit. When somebody sneezes. And did you get the joke? Well, another way to call a train, y más cuando estamos hablando con niños, we call it a choo-choo train. A choo. So, choo-choo, do I have to explain why? Of course not. It's onomatopoeia. And the easiest words to assimilate are the ones that sound like what they are. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails. Name that lyric. ¿Conocéis la canción? Es un temazo para los rockeros. It's Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. Y de ahí aprendemos I'm going off the rails. Salgo por los raíles. O sea, se me ha ido la pinza, se me fue la cabeza. I'm going off the rails on the crazy train. And there are many, many songs about trains. Guns N' Roses has a song called Locomotive, Locomotora. There's also a classic one from the United States called the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. Chattanooga, which is in Tennessee. It's a famous train line. And I've got to say, trains bring a certain nostalgia. Plus, I love the engineering part, la ingeniería. Now, there's the biggest kind of locomotives. They're called Tier 4. Now, the word tier, lo hemos visto en otro programa, me acuerdo yo. The word tier is capa o nivel 4. And these locomotives weigh, ¿sabes cómo se hace la pregunta? ¿Cuánto pesa? How much do they weigh? How much do you weigh? No weight. Weight es el peso. El verbo es weigh. How much does one weigh? Well, 432,000 pounds. I know, European friends. You're thinking, pounds? ¿Qué me estás contando? What language are you speaking? Pounds? All right, let me give you an idea here. You know hippos? Hippopotamus? You know that animal? Okay, this is the same as 108 giant, full-grown hippos. What? Yeah, 108 equivalen a uno de estos locomotores. Mind-blowing. Now, that's incredible. And the horsepower? I can tell you this, 70 miles per hour. 70 miles per hour, these locomotives can go. Now, of course, remember, they have to pull things as well. So it can be quite crazy. I just hope they don't go off the rails on the crazy train. Sorry, I couldn't help it. No lo pude evitar.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is.
Hello, my amigos, and welcome to your Double Trouble Challenge. This is a translation where you have to use the same word twice, so it makes it a little more challenging. And the good news, this is a double trouble in Spanish too. Hey, that doesn't always happen. Hay veces que usáis una palabra y luego otra para la otra. Pero tenéis muchos double troubles en español. Os doy algunas. La palabra doll, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? En español, digo. Okay, doll es muñeca. And this part of my arm? También, muñeca, right? Okay, I have not one wife, I have two wives. También tengo esposas. You call them esposas. And my favorite one in Spanish? Gemelos. Are you ready? Twins. Gemelos on my legs. Oh, and don't forget about cufflinks. Those are gemelos too. So you have some double troubles in Spanish. Not as many. No tenéis tanto. But you've got a few without a doubt. All right. Now let's see if you can figure out this one that works in both languages. Perdí mi tren porque perdí el hilo. Y no es, te doy una pista, no es la palabra perder. O sea, perder es igual en español, pero en inglés es otra palabra que cambia. So no es tan fácil como parecía. It's not as easy as it seems. All right. Well, if you remember at the beginning of the episode, we looked at perder un tren. Did we say to miss or to lose? Eso es, to miss. So, I missed my train. Y fijaos, la ed se pronuncia como una T. I missed my train. No missed, missed. I missed, que también es neblina. I missed my train because of the mist. Toma, ahí tienes un homophone. So I missed my train because I lost my train of thought. Eso es. La expresión es to lose your train of thought. Perder el hilo. No acordarte de lo que estabas pensando. If you've seen the movie Inside Out, Del Revés, in English, hay una escena donde pierden el tren, pues ese tren, si lo ves, se llama The Train of Thought. O sea, es un juego de palabras. Y puedes encontrar muchas en las películas. But it's not time for our music or movie section yet.
The totally native saying of the day. And it goes a little something like this.
Hello, amigos. What section are we in right now? I lost track. Oh, to lose track. Eso es. Your totally native saying of the day is to lose track. In fact, we're going to look at a couple idiomatic expressions that have to do with track. But to lose track of time, por ejemplo, es perder la noción de algo, right? Oh, I forgot how much money we spent this month. I was keeping a record, and now I lost track. Like tracks on a train. Also, we use another one, to be off track. Piénsalo. No vas encarrilado. What is 2 plus 2? 6. Your answer was off track. Desencarrilado. No iba por donde tenía que ir. Not the same as being on track or on the right track. That's what I always tell my students. If you're practicing every day, if you're working hard, if you're watching movies and series in English, if you're listening to music in English, if you're watching this show, if you're taking notes, if you're practicing aloud, then you are on the right track. Vas por buen camino. Literalmente, estás encarrilado. Now, if you think that you're going to learn English without any effort whatsoever, cualquiera, sin esfuerzo cualquiera, without any effort whatsoever, my friend, you are off track. Mal vas. You are off track. The good thing, though, I know my students very well, and I know that all of you are putting in the necessary time and effort it requires, it takes to get good at anything. I mean that not just with your English. If you want to do anything in life, it's going to require two things: time and effort. Time and effort. And if you put those two things into it, well then, my amigos, you are on the right track.
Lights, camera, action verbs.
Hey amigos, I'm on my way to the train station. Well, I have a stopover or a layover. Do you know what this means? Una escala. So I get to spend the whole day today in Prague. Well, I did it on purpose because I could fly direct, but then I saw that there was a layover, a stopover in Prague. And I thought, well, hey, it was a lot cheaper, a lot more economical, and I've never been to Prague. I've never been to, nunca he estado en. I've never been to Prague, and I've always wanted to see the city. So I jumped at the opportunity to come here and spend the day. But I've got to make sure I don't get carried away, que no se me va la cabeza, because if I lose track of time, I could miss my flight later. So what I'm going to do, because I've got a few suitcases here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a locker. That's right, una taquilla. I'm going to look for a locker in the station so I don't have to lug this stuff around. And to lug something around es llevar algo. Pero cuando decimos la palabra lug, da la sensación que es algo pesado. And yes, my suitcases are very heavy. Do you want to check out Prague with me? Come on, let's find a locker.
Name that movie.
I got a lust for life. I got a lust for life. Name that soundtrack. ¿De qué banda sonora es? It's Train Spotting. Iggy Pop. Lust for Life. What a good movie and what a great soundtrack. Let's take a look at this scene from Train Spotting. So he's hitting on her. To hit on. No es pegar. Es intentar ligar con ella. He's hitting on her, and he says something to try and be smart and cute, and she says, "Do you find this approach usually works? Este enfoque, esta forma de hacerlos? So do you find that this approach usually works? Or let me guess, déjame adivinar, you've never tried it, nunca lo has intentado. In fact, you don't normally approach girls. Am I right? ¿Tengo la razón? The truth is that you're a quiet, silencioso, quiet, no quieto. It's a false friend. A quiet, sensitive type. And careful with that one too. Sensible, sensato. Sensitive, sensible. But if I'm prepared to take a chance, arriesgar, I might just get to know the inner you, el tú interior, witty, ingenioso, adventurous, passionate, que no se dice passionate, sino passionate, loving, loyal. And obviously she's being sarcastic with him. She says, taxi. She calls a taxi. She hails a taxi. And she says, a little bit crazy, a little bit bad, un poco malote. But hey, don't us girls just love that? ¿No es eso lo que nos encanta a las chicas. So, as you can see, she shot him down. Le ha rechazado.
It's time for the multiple choice challenge.
Hello and welcome to our multiple choice challenge. I've got 3 examples for you. Only one is correct. You tell me which one it is. Listen carefully. A, she wants that you go. A, she wants that you go. B, she wants you go. B is, she wants you go. Or perhaps it's C, she wants you to go. See, I'll repeat it for you. She wants you to go. Now, I don't want you to write anything down there. I just want you to listen and tell me which one sounds right. And we'll take a look at it in our next class.